Supplementary? New question. The member from Whitby.
My question is also to the Minister of Community and Social Services. Minister, on 2 occasions, most recently in May of this year, this House has unanimously voted in favour of a select committee to develop a comprehensive strategy for developmental services. To date, however, the committee has not been struck, despite the fact that the motion that was adopted by this House would have had an interim report prepared by October 31st of this year. Minister, will you commit today to strike the Select Committee immediately so it can begin its work right now?
Minister of Community and Social Services.
Let me just also join the members opposite in welcoming our friends from Dundas. They are indeed the quiet heroes, as the Leader of the Opposition has indicated. Listen, I support the creation of a select committee. The Government House Leader just indicated that there have been some discussions about that. So I support that.
Minister, I'm going to make a comment to ask you. Just please listen to the answer. It's a reasonable policy question, and I think it deserves attention without the yelling. Please.
I don't know how other members of the House spent their summer, but I invested my summer in a 6-week intensive tour around the province, the entire province, talking to 173 different groups, many of them from the developmental services area.
Answer.
So I know the angst, and I support the member opposite in her call for a select committee, and I hope the House leaders get it sorted out.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Well, supporting the call for a select committee and calling for the committee to be established and commencing its work is quite another issue. The minister will know from his tour that the need in this sector is urgent and growing rapidly. There are over 15,000 people in this province right now who are waiting for appropriate housing. Their parents are frightened and desperate. They have no idea what's going to happen to their children when they're gone. The people who are here from the Dundas Living Centre today and thousands of other parents and other groups across this province are depending on us as legislators to help them. Will you commit today to strike the committee immediately so it can begin its important work?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I think I've answered that question a couple of times already. This year, Mr.
The member
Speaker,
from Bruce Grey, Owen Sound, come to order. The member from Dufferin Caledon, come to order.
this year we are investing as a government more than $1.7 billion in developmental services, and the previous budget allocated an additional $43 million to help with some of the housing issues. You know, the increase in funding to this area since we came to government is some 68%. And so we understand that there are some challenges, and I will fulfill my role, Mr. Speaker, as best I can to continue to be an advocate. That is going to require some budgetary adjustments, which I'm fully in favor of, and I hope when we get to that point where we have a budget figure that those opposite will stand in their place and vote for it. They didn't the last time we increased the funding.
Thank you. Final supplementation.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister and the members of this government cannot continue to hide behind this charade of this being a House leader's issue. They have the ability to strike this committee, and they should do the right thing. In the end, Mr. Speaker, this is a matter of priorities. We have an obligation to take care of our most vulnerable citizens. People like Matthew and thousands of other young people across this province have the right to live in safe, clean homes. Their parents have the right to know that their child is going to be cared for and valued when they're not here anymore. If we can't do that basic work on behalf of the people of Ontario, then I think we all have to ask ourselves, why are we even here? Minister, will you do the right thing?
Be seated, please. Thank you. I'm going to, the member of Halton, that does not help. Please, everyone, race to the top. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't disagree with anything the member from Whitney, Oshawa said. I think we do have to get on with it. I'd just like to share a quote from Chris Beasley, the CEO of Community Living Ontario, who sent this to me recently. Quote, "We have spent many years advocating for an inclusive society, a world where all people are valued and included in all aspects of community life. We actively supported the plan to close institutions," Leader of the Opposition referenced that, "and communities across the province celebrated when this occurred.
From Bruce Gray on sound, second time.
Congregate, isolated living should not be an option any longer, although we certainly understand and appreciate, as do I, why some are desperately seeking solutions for their family members." Speaker, I'll continue to work on this. I know clearly that the members opposite will, and hopefully together we can move it forward.
Thank you. New question, the Leader of the Third Party.